guys, it's Jenn at Hello Rigby, and today I'm going to be sharing a tutorial for how I got this Vampy New Year's makeup look. If you would like to recreate this look for yourself featuring all affordable products and a bunch of fun ones from ColourPop, then just keep on watching. So I've already prepped my face, so the first thing I'm going to do is add a primer. This is the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. I really like using this one on my T-zone. So I just take a little amount and pat it into the areas where I do have pores that are obvious. For me, that's on the T-zone. It also tends to get a little oily there, so since this is a New Year's Eve look, I figure it would be good to have, make sure my makeup stays in place all night long. And then next up, I'm going to add some of the Maybelline Dream Velvet Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation. I have the color 10 Porcelain Ivory. It also tends to run a little pink, so just keep that in mind. If you're fair-skinned and don't have a pink undertone, this may not be the perfect foundation for you, as there's not that many shade options. And then I'll just blend this into the skin. And then once I've blended all my foundation in, I'm going to add some of the Maybelline Dark Circle Eraser, and I'm going to use this to cover up any dark circles, but also to highlight my face, bring out some of the high points, all that good stuff. And then once I've got my concealer in place, I'm just going to take this Wet n Wild contouring palette. This is in Dulce de Leche, and I love this kind of yellow toned powder to set under eyes and any areas where I might crease. So I'm going to go in with that powder on a Real Techniques buffing brush. And I just am gently patting this in because I do have drier skin. Baking or cooking doesn't really work for me as it makes me look just super dry. But if you are of an oilier skin type, then this is the time where you might want to do that, since we are hoping that this makeup is going to last all night. And I know if you do have oily skin, then you're going to want to keep your makeup in place. So for me, just a little bit of powder to set the concealer is really all I need, but you do you, and whatever your skin needs, go for it. And then I'm just gonna pop on a little bit of blush. This is the Essence Silky Touch blush. It is in the color 20 Baby Doll. And as you can see, it is very pigmented. And then I'm also going to highlight with an Essence eyeshadow. This is in the color 01 Snowflake. And I'm just gonna take that on an e.l.f. small stipple brush. And then I'm just gonna gently run this along upper cheekbones. Whoa, this is very pigmented. Just gonna blend it out just a little bit. Kind of diffuse that highlighter so it's not quite as crazy. I'm gonna take a little bit of ColourPop bronzer in Bon Voyage. This is their Super Shock Cheek Matte Bronzer. And I'm just taking this on an optical blurring brush from Urban Decay. It's kind of hard to get the pigment out of the pan with a brush of this formula, which is honestly why I don't use my ColourPop bronzers very often. I just find them to be kind of hard to apply. So I'm just gonna go on and pat the color where I want it, and then I'm gonna blend it out once it's on my face with the actual brush. Otherwise, it's like impossible to get any pigment out, I feel like, of the pan. It's probably my least favorite ColourPop product that I've tried is the bronzer. Just really haven't been all that impressed with it, so I can't say I would really recommend it. I'm gonna also use the bronzer as a base for my crease, so I'm gonna try that because I don't really have a matte neutral shadow from ColourPop right now. I used to have the Kathleen Lights where the light is, and I accidentally didn't quite close two of the shadows, the lightest two colors, the light kind of medium brown and the cream, and they dried out. So that really does happen. Don't do that. Don't be dumb like me. But yeah, so I'm gonna use this bronzer as kind of a transition shade. It looks like it actually applies pretty well as a eyeshadow, so I guess if you have a bronzer from ColourPop that you're not crazy about the pigmentation of, then try using it as a transition shade for eyeshadow, because yeah, it actually works pretty well. It's definitely very light. It's not like super bold or anything, which is good, because really I just need to get kind of a base shadow on there, something to use as a transition that's a good neutral. And this looks like it'll be it. So after we have applied that, I'm going to go in with the Super Shock Shadow Metallic in Porter. This is from the Where the Night Is Kathleen Lights collaboration. Her collaborations are probably the only ones I actually really liked in terms of colors. This is just a really pretty burgundy shade. I absolutely love. And I'm just taking it on a Morphe E17 brush. And then once I've applied as much of that shadow as I think I'm going to need, then I'm going to apply the Super Shock Shadow in Midnight. Another one from the Where the Light Is collaboration, or Where the Night Is Kathleen Lights collaboration. I'm just gonna put that in the outer V, kind of deepen up this cranberry color. And then I'm just gonna take this dark shadow and kind of put it about 2/3 of the way across the lid. And then finally I'm going to take one more shadow. This is the Super Shock Shadow in Weenie, kind of a pretty rose gold color. And I'm just going to be patting this onto the inner third of the eyelid. And I'm just using a flat eyeshadow brush for this. And now that I have all the colors in place, I'm just going to spend a little bit of time blending them out so that there's less of a harsh edge here. Just kind of want to blur those lines out. And I just want to get a little bit more of the Porter shade here into the inner third, so it's just a little bit more red. So I'm just going to add some of that back in. Sometimes when you blend, you know, you get a little overzealous and blend out too much of the color. So I'm just going to add back in a little bit more of the red. It's just such a pretty color that I don't want to lose too much of it. And then I'm just going to blend that very gently. And on a Morphe smudger brush, I'm just going to take some of the cranberry shade and put it into the middle third of the under eye area. I'm getting a little bit of fallout from the shade, but that's okay because we will be cleaning it up with a little concealer at the end, no big deal. And then I'm just gonna smoke it out a little bit. I'll be taking some more of the Midnight shade and I'm gonna put that on the outer third, kind of connecting that up, and then blending it into the Porter shade and doing the same on the other eye. And then for the inner third, I'm going to put some of that rose gold weenie shade and just gonna apply that in the inner third. Kind of brighten the look up. And then finally, I'm just gonna pop a little bit of the color I used to highlight the Essence eyeshadow in Snowflake into the inner corner. And then I'm just gonna take a fluffy blending brush and blend out those edges. And then I'll just go back in and clean up my concealer a little bit, since we did have a little bit of fallout and the area got a little dark. All right, and then I'm gonna go in with the ColourPop brow pencil. I have it in Dope Taupe. I haven't used this before, so I'm really excited to try this out. So I like this pencil. It's very soft, very easy to apply. I think it's great. So what I was gonna do is I was gonna attempt is the keyword here, to do a black liner and then fill it in with gold. So we'll see how this goes. I think I'm gonna need some coffee for this. So on the top, now that I've discovered that I'm not a really big fan of how the gold liner looks with the black, I'm gonna put it on this eye first, on the waterline. And then I'm just gonna take and fix the liner so that it's fully opaque black. And then I made a little boo-boo, and then it kind of did something interesting, so I figured I would just kind of smoke out my boo-boo, and it worked. This teeny little smudger brush, I just kind of blended out the edge to give it a little bit more of a smoky look. And then I'm just gonna take this brush and kind of blend it all together. So sometimes accidents happen, and that's okay. We just have to figure out creative ways to fix them so that nobody knows that they weren't supposed to happen that way. Auld is a learning process. It's all fun. It doesn't have to be super serious. Great, and to brighten up my under eyes and fix some of the fallout that happened here, so I'm going to take some more of that yellow powder on the setting brush and just buff it all out. Kind of brighten up this under eye area. And then I thought I would put on some Allure lashes. These are the 35s. And then I'm just going to put some Lash Sensational Luscious Mascara from Maybelline to blend the lashes together. Alright, so I just added some bottom lash mascara also, put these falsies on, and my eyes look crazy, so big and crazy. Okay, well, we're gonna fix that by adding some bold lips. I know, usually you stick to bold eyes or bold lips, but it's New Year's, so we need to go super crazy. Okay, so I am going to put on, so I got a kit. I showed you guys this in my beauty gift guide. This is the one of the ColourPop gift sets. Came with a ultra satin lip, a ultra matte lip, and an ultra glossy lip. And since I hadn't tried 2 of the 3 formulas, I love the ultra matte lips, but I'd never tried the satin or the glossy. I figured I would get one, and I didn't want to just get one, so I got 2. I got one for you, and I also got the cream liner. So if you like the way this gold liner looks in the waterline, or you want to play with it on the top of your eyes as well, then enter in the description box down below. I'm gonna put a secret word gold here, so make sure if you've watched this video up to this point that you put that secret word in and get extra bonus entries. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the ultra matte lip down, and this is in the color Notion. Okay, so I have Notion on my lips, and I'm gonna add the ultra satin lip over the top in Hutch. And this is a darker, more purpley tone, so I'm really gonna focus this on the outer edges, kind of like a lip liner. So I'm gonna go back in and I'm gonna add a touch more Notion just because it's a little bit brighter. And then I'm gonna let that dry for a minute, and then I'm going to add some of the ultra glossy lip in Suki. This is a cream gloss. This is just gonna add some hydration, because Lord knows I need it right about now. It is so dry in our house because we have the heat on all the time. And my lips already get dry naturally, so it's even worse this time of year. You can probably see some of like the chunks. I already did a lip scrub today and it still just is so dry, so don't mind my dry, sad little lips. I promise I don't neglect them. I've tried everything, and I feel like there's never anything that gives them as much hydration as they think they need. So that's it for the lip color. Ooh, it's so fun and bright and crazy. I love it. So that is it for this look. The last thing I'm gonna do is just add some makeup extender setting spray from L'Oreal. Let it dry, and now you are New Year's ready. So I hope you enjoyed this makeup look. If you want to, you can see what I'm wearing on New Year's. I have a blog post up featuring my New Year's outfit, so go ahead and check that out in the description box below. And don't forget to enter the giveaway if you'd like to win this lip set, as well as the cream liner that I used in today's eye look. I hope you enjoyed this New Year's inspired makeup look, and I hope you have a very, very happy New Year's and a great 2017. I'll see you guys next year. Bye!